Hey, look, we're recording. Hello, boys and girls. Uh, I am Dr. Robert. I am the madman that is putting this channel together, and this is the first episode I'm putting out on YouTube as well as Rumble, hopefully. I have to set that channel up yet. This is the beginning. This is where the story is going to start, and it's going to start with my redemption arc. I have been a loser most of my life, as brilliant as I can be, and I'm trying not, it's not arrogance, it's simply the fact that I know that I am a highly intelligent, high IQ person that has been ripped to shreds by life, and I'm not going to say I'm a victim, but of my own, let's see, what's the word I'm looking for? Possibly cowardice. My own family, definitely. Throughout the years, I have, and actually I'll start with this story. A few years ago, and this was shortly before my brother died of alcoholism, my cousin Scott tried to get me to reconcile with my father. I refused to do this initially, but changed my mind on the 4th of July when my father's known to have a large party with lots of guests. Assuming there would be at least a few left at about 5 o'clock when I showed up, which there were only 2. I figured that would have been enough that not everybody would lie for him. I was wrong, and this is actually, by the way, this is one of the first rules of trying to get your stuff together, trying not to swear. More my father's thing, not mine. In any case, my father acted exactly as I should have expected him to. You know, you often hold out hope that the person that either torments you, or especially if it's a parent, that one day they're going to come around and they're going to see the error of their ways, and they will at least, and not ask for forgiveness, do the things to pave a way to a more sane and decent relationship. Oh, I was wrong. I was so wrong that I was arrested. I was put in jail. You see, what happened is I went to speak to my father and confront him on a few things and try and reconcile a bit. He attacked me once. I put my hands up, walked away. When doing so, he actually came up, shoved me, and fell down. At the time, I was working out 5 or 6 times, at least 5 or 6 days a week. I wasn't quite to the point of, you know, Chris Pratt or Chris Hemsworth or Christian Bale. As far as, because I mean, you look at these guys and they're training very, very hard. They have a lot more time, and they have personal trainers, and they have dietitians to take care of them. I do not have those resources. I have to do this on my own without help. At the time, I was actually succeeding at this. I was getting better as a human. I was getting better as a man. And then I made my mistake. I went and lost my damn mind. When my father assaulted me, I walked away. Again, there's no honor and beating down a 71, 72 at the time, year-old alcoholic, drunkard, probably already dying of emphysema, but just hadn't quite gotten that far, which he is now. And another reason I'm doing these videos, I may need to make certain that I succeed at this, or at least attempt to succeed, before he leaves this earth and goes to where he belongs. I don't go by his name either. If you notice, Tiggly Motors here on the shirt, and that's my maternal grandfather's name. He's the one that was and probably the only reason I'm still around. You know, I easily could have either committed suicide, because Lord knows I've thought about that enough. I easily could have, by my own action, either drank myself to death or OD'd on a number of different things. Although I have tried heroin, it was one of the worst experiences of my life. And the only reason I did that is to try and get in the head of a friend of mine who did eventually overdose. I was able to intervene once, but within 6 months after that, He had actually OD'd. Another failure of my life that I have to live with. Again, why I'm doing what I'm doing now. So this is my redemption arc. You know, I've lived an insane life. I am the mad Dr. Robert. The insanity in my life was believing that those that would act in a criminal way and those that would act in a malicious, that's an interesting word, malicious or vicious, malicious, there, put them together, way are going to change for some reason. You know, that's insanity. You're repeating the same behavior and expecting a different result. Constantly forgiving these people. You know, I was raised as a Christian and it said turn the other cheek. Well, I've done that in my entire life. And you know what I've ended up with? Nothing other than heartache, suffering, and pain. I've taken the higher road so many times, I actually get nosebleeds from the altitude. And that's got to change. I'm not saying that I'm going to revert to some sort of sadist that says, oh, well, I will try and harm me, I will crush you like a bug. No. I need to embrace my strength and power. I need to clear my head. I need to get back to working out. I need to shift this section right here back up here where it belongs. I mean, in the last few years, honestly, it's what, been 3 to 4 years now since my OWI, and it was a year before that my brother died. And I got my OWI. I never got a chance to reconcile with him either, which is a very sad thing. My family didn't bother telling me that he was actually dying. The only family member that I will deal with at this point is my mother. My mother is a very talented woman. Unfortunately, she had her hand in some of this also, not directly subverting me per se, or my ambitions in life, not like my sister has, or my father, or my cousins, or you know, anybody else that says, oh well, Dennis has collected a lot of guns. We can't let Bobby or Leland inherit those. We need them. And by the way, if you do figure out who my father's side of the family is, and you decide that you like me enough, then leave them alone, shun them, don't ever engage them, don't ever, I mean, if you want to walk up and simply say, hey, wow, you're an asshole, that's fine. Anything beyond that is not acceptable. I will still take the higher road. Nosebleeds aside, I will continue to take the higher road. I will not let my moral character be compromised again. Every time I took a drink to the point of intoxication, my moral character was compromised. I was abusing myself in lieu of my family abusing me. And honestly, a lot of people do this. I'm not the only one. I know I'm not the only one in that particular type of hell. The fact of the matter is, I can't continue on this way. No one can. I'm starting this today because I did get off on the right step this morning. Doing these videos, I'm praying, is going to be one of the keys of my redemption. To say, you know, hey, this is what I did good today. This is what I did bad today. This is where I fell short. This is where I've excelled. If leadership is first by example, this is the example I'm trying to set. Okay, so why is it today? Because I got up at 5 o'clock this morning. Got up, started moving around. I didn't just roll back over into bed. I didn't go back to bed. I didn't just sit there snuggling with my dogs trying to pretend the world doesn't work, go back to the dreamland. And by the way, my dreams have not been great lately. I'm starting to have certain nightmares, but I'll get into that. In my nightmares, I've been shot, I've been stabbed, I keep trying to get up and fight. I've been paralyzed where I just didn't have the strength or will to get moving. And my psyche is trying to tell me a few things. Hey, if you guys want to throw me some analysis down in the comment section, feel free. And by the way, I will very likely never shut off comments either. You know, even if something controversial comes up, fine. the things I have done well on this redemption is, again, like, let's get back to why today is the day. I have had only a few cigarettes, so I'm starting to feel better that way. I had 1 cigarette today and 2 yesterday. So I hopefully am on the path now of getting to the point where I can quit smoking and get my lungs working again. I did get out and go biking this morning at about 7 a.m. Yeah, it was 7 a.m. by the time I left. I fielded a phone call at 6:30 this morning. Thank God I was here to take that call, because that was a client I've let down, and now I'm trying to repair those relationships. Besides, some of these people are really good people, and some of them are terrible people. I'm trying to get better at weeding those out also. Just because there are so many that will take advantage and abuse you in ways that, any way they possibly can. That being said, this is the time to do this. Okay, I might go through and edit this a bit. Maybe I'll just put it out unedited. We'll see what it looks like after I've had a chance to watch it myself. Let's see, in conclusion, and actually I really should wrap up so I can get back to work. I got a lot of motorcycles around here to build. I've got custom bikes to build. And I'll just mention my one main goal right now, and that's truly to become the next Big Daddy Roth, George Barris, or one of the classic designers of, except for more with motorcycles. I don't want to go the route of some of the other bike builders that are out there. Indian Larry, yes, but Indian Larry sobered up. I would say Arlen Ness and his son. I admire their work a great deal. I admire their integrity and what they've done with their lives. So the way I can compliment these men is to basically do what they did. I'm missing the words here again. Maybe I should write this down next time. I think at least I should write down a few notes and make sure I have. I'll touch on that subject, that subject, that subject, that subject, that subject. Just write down the line. But this is honestly just kind of me riffing on or improvising the subject at hand. And I'm realizing now that I'm going to have to be better organized about all of that. Well, that's about it for now. As I said before in the beginning, I am the Mad Dr. Robert, and someday you guys will meet the 3 dogs Cerberus. We'll see what I decide to do with that idea. But if you really want to know what they are, German Shepherd, English Setter, and American Bully. 3 beautiful dogs. The universe has always provided me with beautiful dogs and other animals. And for that, I'm eternally grateful for, and honestly believe if it wasn't for my dogs, and I wouldn't be here. So if you're a person that's trying to make a change,